In the heart of Europe, during the early 15th century, a complex web of religious reforms and political strife unfolded. The Hussite Revolution was a 5-year-long war that sprang from Bohemian-Czech lands, driven by the teachings of reformer Jan Hus. The revolution reached a dramatic crescendo at the Battle of Lipany on May 30, 1434. The clash at Lipany is not merely a historical event, but a rich tapestry of social, religious, and political intrigue. Let's delve into this final confrontation that would decide the fate of the Hussite cause. The roots of the conflict lie in the teachings of Jan Hus, a precursor to Protestantism, whose ideas about church reform and criticisms of clerical corruption resonated deeply. Hus's influence spurred widespread support among Czechs, leading to the Hussite Wars following his execution in 1415. The movement split into two main factions, the moderate Utraquists and the radical Taborites. For years, these forces fought against the Catholic Church and King Sigismund, blending military prowess with fervent religious conviction. As the revolution gripped the land, the ideological differences between the factions grew wider. The Utraquists sought a compromise with the Catholic Church to end the chaos, while the Taborites, along with another radical group called the Orphans, desired a more drastic reformation and a continued resistance. The Battle of Lipany was pivotal, setting the Utraquists and the Catholic nobility against the Taborite radicals. Anticipation of battle was fraught with tension, as both sides recognized the implications of a defeat. For all involved, Lipany would not just quench a revolution's fiery spirit, but determine the course of Bohemian society. As the forces lined up, the Taborites, led by Prokop the Great, positioned themselves in a fortified Wagenburg, or wagon fort, a defensive tactic that had been key in previous victories. The Utraquist Catholic alliance approached with caution. Herein lay the brilliance of the strategy that would unfold. The Utraquist commander, Divish Bojek of Miletin, made a cunning move. He feigned retreat, prompting the Taborites and Orphans to abandon their defensive positions, believing the enemy was in full flight. As they spilled out from their fortified setup onto open ground, they found themselves suddenly vulnerable. In a swift reversal, the Allied forces launched a counterattack. The clash was brutal and swift. Subterfuge and tactical precision won the day for the Utraquist Catholic forces. The once formidable Taborite contingent crumbled, their forces decimated, their leaders captured or killed. Prokop the Great himself fell in battle, marking the end of radical Hussite resistance. The impact of the Battle of Lipany extended far beyond the battlefield. With the radicals defeated, a significant step was made toward reconciling the Hussite cause with the broader Bohemian kingdom. The Compact of Basel would later formalize a modest degree of religious reform, primarily granting communion in both kinds, the cup and the bread. However, the defeat dashed hopes for wide-ranging reform, steering Bohemia toward a compromise rather than revolutionary change. Lipany stands as a testament to the power of unity and compromise over rigid idealism. The Utraquist faction, by joining forces with the Royalists, sought not to obliterate their adversaries entirely, but to bring about a wary peace. This pragmatic approach allowed Bohemia to emerge with its religious identity intact, albeit confined within limits set by agreements with Rome. It inevitably positioned the region as a harbinger of the Reformation that would sweep across Europe in the coming century. Reflecting on this pivotal clash, the Battle of Lipany teaches us about the unpredictable nature of revolutions and the potential for reconciliation in the aftermath of discord. It serves as a symbolic closure to one chapter, while quietly rippling forward into the vast saga of European history, influencing not only the region, but the world beyond. It was a finale that didn't mark an absolute end, but a new beginning in the complex dance between faith, power, and the human spirit. Thus, the final clash of the Hussite Revolution at Lipany underscores the enduring legacy of fighting for one's beliefs, while recognizing the necessity of reconciliation and mutual understanding in a world endlessly striving for equilibrium amidst chaos.